All right, this is going to be section 12.1. We're going over probability, frequency distribution, some of that. This first problem says we have a magazine identified the following 5 maintenance activities often performed by people as summer approaches. 1 is prep the car for road trips. 2 is clean up the house or apartment. 3, groom the garden. 4, exercise the body. 5, organize the wardrobe. The following data are responses of 30 people who were asked on June 1st. How many of the 5 they had accomplished? Complete parts A through C below. Okay, so we have what we call a frequency distribution. So frequency just counts how many. Okay, so frequency, how many? That's what you need to understand here. 0.1. So this frequency is how many, it's the count. It's a count. All right, so what we have to do is count how many responded to these 5 things. So this is the number. Some of them have done none of them. Some of them have only done 1 of the 5, 2 of the 5, 3, 4, and so on. So this little table is the data set. There should be 30 numbers, 3 rows of 10. And what we're going to do is count how many zeros. So how many people have performed none of these. So if I go through the first row, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 12. Can I move this? 12 who have completed 0. All right, so now I'm going to do the number 1. So going from left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 7 number 1s. How many 2s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 2s. And then 3s, 1, 2, 3 3s, so 1 on the bottom row, 3 3s. So we have 3 of those. And then how many 4s? None in the first row. 1, 2, 2 4s. And then how many 5s? It's 1 in this first row. 1. Looks like only 1 5. All right. As an intermediate check step, we want to add everything that we've done here to make sure. So I'm going to look for groups of 10 if I can. So 7 and 3 is 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 30. So we get 30. All right. The relative frequency is what they're showing you here, F, which that's what frequency is, divided by N. N is the total number. Okay. Relative frequency is frequency over N, which I'm going to say total. All right, we want that as a percentage, okay? So the first one would be 12 over 30. That will give you a decimal, then you got to multiply times 100 to convert it to a percentage. And then 7 over 30, because we know we have 30 altogether. And then 5 over 30. And then 3, 2, and 1 over 30. 3 over 30. 2 over 30. And I'm running off the screen. And then 1 over 30. All right, we're going to multiply each of those times 100 to convert the decimal to a percentage. All right, so if I do 12 divided by 30, both of those divided by 6, so that would be 2 over 5. So that's look like 40%. 7 over 30 I cannot do so easily. Let's just verify 12 divided by 30 and then times 100. 40%. All right, 7 divided by 30 times 100. 23.3. Now what does it say to round to? Does it say round to the nearest integer, so nearest whole number? So we're going to round to about 23% here. So this is about 23%. All right, 5 over 30 is 1/6. I want to say that that is 14%. Let's see. 5 divided by 30 times 100. So about 17%. All right, 3 over 30 is 1/10, so about 10%. 2 over 30 is 1/15. I want to say that's around 7%, but let's see. 2 divided by 30 times 100, so about 7%. And then 1 over 30. 1 divided by 30 times 103, about 3%. Now another intermediate check step, if you were to add up all these percentages, we should get 100%. So these two will give you 40, 80. So 40 plus 40 is 80, 90, 100. So that's 100%. All right, so we're going to put those percentages in their respective places. So that's going to give us 40, and then 23, 17, 10, 7, and 3. All right, now the next part, if we were to put this information on a bar graph, okay, the x-axis is showing you the activities performed, how many of them have done those, and then the height represents the frequency. So we know that 0, the highest group was 12. So we're looking for the first group to come up to 12. And the only one out of these 4 is C. That's the only one that comes up to a height of 12. The rest of them go down in descending order like that. So if you match up the bar graph, this is the one you would get, histogram. And then this is what we call a frequency polygon. So it's the same thing, it's just a line graph, not bars. So you have the point. So the first at 0 comes up to a height of 12. All right, so that one matches. This 0 comes up to a height of 12. These do not. So we got a 50 option out of A and B. All right, the next height should be a height of 7. So at 1, activity 1 was a height of 7. That's in between the 6 and 9. That looks good. So does this one. So the third height came up to 5. So 2 came up to a height of 5. Just below 6 looks good. Just below 6 looks good. However, if you continue to look at the trend, it goes downward as we're going down. This one is going down and then it goes back up and down. So our graph did not go up. The numbers just went down. So A is going to be the one that matches.